Welcome back, Star Wars fans, to episode 118 of Ronald's Reviews, and on today's episode we're going to look at some droids figures. Cue the march. Welcome back everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we're going to take a look at some droids figures and at last a Star Wars video. Now, I've had these figures for quite a while. I'm behind everyone else. These have been out for quite a few months now, but the videos just got pushed back because I've been very, very lucky in recent weeks and months that I've received so many gift donations. I'm always going to prioritise unboxing gift donations and thanking the people that sent them before any particular planned video. So this video has been planned for quite a while. But I'm not concerned, you know, I'm not too worried about getting videos out quickly when I get certain items. I'm quite happy to do them whenever I'm ready, and it doesn't really bother me now that everyone's already got their videos out. So we're going to take a quick look at these figures today, and as my good friend over at Paws Collectibles would say, let's get into this. Okay everyone, now before we get started, I just want to give a big shout out to my good friend Barry. Now Barry runs a channel called The Retro Files, fantastic channel. He's only just started out, so please go over there and give him some love, give him some likes and a subscribe. He's got a great channel. He does things like character bios for vintage toys, background to certain vintage toys. He's got an amazing collection, even things like he-bands. He did a video recently as well on the differences between a particular reproduction weapon and an original weapon. Really interesting stuff, so be sure to check out his channel. But me and Barry were speaking recently because he did a he-band video, and we got chatting about a figure that I needed to repair, and I actually didn't realise there was the different types of he-band. There's female he-bands and male he-bands. Now I may well have bought the incorrect one if I've not seen this particular video. So Barry was very good. He said he had a he-band spare that he would send me just so I could fix the Skeletor. But also when the package arrived, it was a huge box and it contained this. Now obviously I was expecting a very, very small package with a he-band in, but when I opened it up I found this letter. So let me just read this out. So the letter says, "Hey Luke, I know you're expecting a he-band from me, but not sure if you have these Bendhams, but I thought I'd add them as a little bit of a surprise for you. Keep up the great videos. Thank you again for your support, Barry, the Retro Files." Well, absolutely no problem at all, Barry. I will continue to support your channel. You're a fantastic guy with a great channel. You really do deserve the support. So, but Barry threw in these. Now, I know of these, I've never had them before. I believe these were released in the early 90s, but these are Star Wars Bendhams. Now as you can see, they're still in their packets, and obviously they're very soft, and the idea was that you can manipulate these and bend them into any shapes and etc. Now I'm always documenting that I'm running out of space in the base, and when I got these, I got in touch with Barry and I said, look, you know what Barry, thank you for the he-bands, but also thank you for the gift. However, I actually know somebody who I think would have more fun with these and benefit from these far more than me. Now, I would never ever move any gifts on without asking the person that sent them in the first place, but I basically said to Barry, would you mind if I move these on to the person who I think will enjoy them? And of course, Barry being Barry said, no problem. Now I've got another very good friend of the channel called Nick. Now Nick has a young son called Jackson, and Jackson is my very, very best bud these days. And Jackson, I think you will love these. If you're watching, mate, I'm going to send these to you. I've got a big package that I'm going to send to your house. Now there is some things in there for your dad as well, so you've got to share with him. But Jackson, I'm going to put these in for you because I think you will love these. So keep an eye on the post in the next couple of weeks. So huge thank you to Barry, not only for sending me these, but allowing me to move these on to Jackson, because I think he'll love these. So keep an eye out for these coming, Jackson. Okay, so let's go take a look at the droids figures. Okay, so let's start with C-3PO. Now, I've got to admit, my knowledge of droids as a cartoon and as a toy line is very, very limited. In fact, I don't really know anything about it. And when these were announced, I didn't really have any intention of picking them up. And then I saw the first images on Tim's channel over at Boss Bounty. And the minute I saw the images that Tim had on there, I just thought, wow, they look superb. So I've got to pick those up. Initially, I think I only intend to pick up Boba Fett, which, you know, I tried to get Boba Fett in almost everything. But when I saw the card art and the figures, they just looked superb. So let's just take a closer look. So as you can see, we've got C-3PO there. Now, it's very much in the animated style. But one of the first things I noticed was, obviously, the name is behind the plastic. Now, on my C-3PO, the plastic is kind of sort of blemished. So as you can see, when you look to the name, because it's behind the plastic where it's got a bit of a blemish in it, it's distorted, which is a little bit annoying, but it's one of those things, I guess. We've got the coin, very much like the Power of the Force and the last 17 figures. We've got the coin there. I do love that Droids logo, that is really cool, but that card art is beautiful. We've got the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm there, but I just think they are really cool figures. So the back, very much like the Retro Collection and TVC, so much of the back of the card is just wasted on legal jargon. Now I understand it's got to be there, but it's such a waste when you look at the old vintage, the vintage 96 card backs and what they used to look like on the back. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love that timeline. I really like that sort of timeline leading us through where it started and where all the sort of movies and the animated series came in the timeline. But I just think you could do so much more with the backs of the cards. Obviously we've got all three figures at the top there, but, and again, I've said it before, to my knowledge, all the legal jargon is in the leaflets in the bottom of the figure there, look. So do we need it twice? I'm not sure we do, but, and of course we've got the coin there, like I say, C3PO looks very cool. So I mean, my review skills are very limited at best, so I mean it's just more of an overview really, but I do love this card, and I think those cartoon images on the card back are fantastic. The figure in that animated style looks really cool. I do love it. I'm not going to open these, just display them on the cards. I think it would be such a waste to pull these off the card back, but yeah, really do like these figures. Okay, so on to R2-D2. So as you can see, again, very similar style. Obviously the cartoon card back. I actually love this image of R2 with all the tools and going haywire and everything popping out of his front. I think that's actually a really cool image. Now of course, again, the name is in the plastic again, but so I can only assume now, obviously that one's nice and clear because the bubble, or the actual space in the bubble, is smaller for R2. So I can only assume because C3PO is a bigger character, so obviously the pocket in the plastic had to be bigger, which has then distorted the name. But such a cool card back. I love this style. I love the colours. I actually really love the Droids logo as well. I just think it looks so good. And again, R2 in that animated style, that really clean sort of solid colours. I think that is a really cool R2. Again, you've got the coin. Like I said, very much like the last 17 and the Power of the Force. But yeah, really do enjoy these. So we've got the 50th Lucasfilm logo again. Yeah, these are definitely worth the money. Obviously the card backs are exactly the same, all that legal jargon on there. But we've got the three figures at the top. Like I said, I think the timeline is a really nice touch. I actually think that's really interesting to look at, and just makes you realise just how much stuff we've been treated to over the years. But yeah, love that image of R2. Look, going haywire. Really cool. I actually have never watched the Droids cartoon either. I don't know if that's on Disney Plus or find it on Netflix or something like that, but look at that figure. That is a beautiful figure. Yeah, really pleased with that one. Okay, so let's move on to, of course, inevitably I left until last, let's move on to Boba Fett. And there he is, the man himself, Boba Fett. Now, again, I did plan to get two of these. I did tell a story a few weeks ago now in a video about how I ordered two of these, and then the store that I ordered them from adjusted my pre-order. I didn't actually realise it, but they adjusted the customer count to one per customer. So they arrived, I thought I was getting two, and I only got one, because I always like to display one in the packaging when it comes to Boba Fett and get a loose one as well. So I only got one, but again, look at that card image. Now, I love this colour scheme. I really do. Now, I can only assume, now I'm not massively up on TVC, but I think this is just a straight up repaint of the Blue Sky Boba Fett that we got last year. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but it looks like it's just a straight up repaint, but I think those colours are awesome. I mean, I love that card back. That card back image is just so cool. And again, we've got the card, the coin. If you can just see that, if I can get the reflection. Obviously Droids logo again, but I think that is wonderful. That is such a cool figure. I'm not going to show the back because again, they're all the backs are the same, so I'm not going to show that again. But I think this figure is wonderful. And of course I plan to get 2 because I wanted to open one and keep one in the packaging like I do with most of my Boba Fett's. And I only got 1 because my pre-order was adjusted. But good old Michael Chapman came to my rescue. Now you may remember Michael, I did a video a few weeks ago that he sent me some Robin Hood Prince of Thieves items. But also in there he sent me this guy. So luckily Mike sent me another Droids Boba Fett, which meant I could open one. And look at that. How awesome does he look? He just looks so cool. Stood there. I love this pose with his rifle. Now, on most of my Boba Fett's, it's very tricky to get his hand to grip the rifle and then his other hand to sort of grip further down to hold it like he's sort of ready for action. And usually the top part of the gun, as you can see, sort of bends. You can see it better that way. You've always got to bend the rifle, which when he's stood in that sort of pose, you can't really tell that much, but when you look down it, and that's really frustrating. I've always got to bend his blaster to get him to stand and hold it how I want him to hold it. But he is such a cool figure. Soft goods for his cape, which I think is so cool. I much prefer soft goods. Got his rocket pack there, but I just think this colour scheme is beautiful. I really do. I'm not going to mess around posing him because it was very, very tricky to get him in that pose, even though obviously his legs are just straight, but trying to get the gun in his hands so that it looked right, and it was not easy trying to get his fingers into the trigger sections and things. So I'm not going to mess around with him, but I just want to say thank you again to Michael Chapman because I wouldn't have had this guy. I'd have been on the secondary market fighting for one on eBay, which would not have gone well. So, but I just think that is a beautiful figure. And there we go, everybody. Now again, like I said, I know I'm a bit behind with these, but I just thought we'd take a quick look at them today. I mean, personally, considering I had no real intention of picking these up when I first heard about them, apart from maybe Boba Fett, and then ended up just picking them all up because I think they just look so good. The minute I saw them in the cards, I just think they look beautiful. I love the Droids logo. I love those animated images on the cards, especially Boba Fett. I just think that colour scheme is wicked. So definitely worth picking these up. If you're on the fence about them, don't be. They are absolutely awesome. I just want to say another big thank you to Barry over at Retro Files. Again, don't forget to check his channel out. A link will be in the description below. Thank you, Barry, for sending me the He-Bands, but also the Bendhams. And also thank you for allowing me to send them on to good old Jackson. Jackson will absolutely love those. But also, again, thank you to Michael Chapman as well for sending me the Boba Fett. That means I was able to open one and have one on the card. So, again, huge thank you to Michael. Again, check his channel out. Amazing vintage toy collection. I will leave a link in the description below. But yeah, there we go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you're one of my existing viewers and existing subscribers, thank you for sticking with me, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I always try to read everyone's comments and reply to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you at Echo, everyone.